Greetings, and welcome to A Year of Movies, a Planet Geek production. For this project, we are using the Ivan Walters reference book of 365 films to watch on the day they happened. Each day, we watch a movie associated with the date we are watching it on.
And as it is the 3rd of August, we are going to be watching The Last of the Mohicans from 1992, directed by Michael Mann and starring Daniel Day-Lewis. So to begin with, I did not see this movie in theaters. Totally aware of the making of and centered around such a fantastical story to begin with, but I didn't actually see this movie till much later, actually. I don't think I actually saw it until a DVD rental many years after the movie had been released, although I had seen it on very many lists of best movies to watch for like the 90s and whatnot, but I didn't get around to seeing it till much. I'm pretty sure late 90s is when I actually saw this movie. And since then, I have seen it a couple of times, and but it has been a while since my last viewing. And like I had already mentioned, not only does this movie star Daniel Day-Lewis, but it also stars Madeline Stowe, Russell Means, Eric Schweig, Jodie May, Steve Waddington, Wes Studi, and Maurice Reviz. As the last members of a dying Native American tribe, the Mohicans, Uncas, played by Eric Schweig, his father, Chenku, played by Russell Means, and his adopted half-white brother Hawkeye, played by Daniel Day-Lewis, live in peace alongside the British colonies. But when the daughter of a British colonel, Cora and Alice Munro, played by Madeline Stowe and Jodie May, are kidnapped by a treacherous scout, Hawkeye and Ucanis must rescue them from the crossfire of a gruesome military conflict of which they wanted no part of. That happens to be the French and Indian War. So Michael Mann does a fantastic job of making the reality of the 1700s, the mid-1700s, come to life in this depiction of the era in America at the time. The costumes are fabulous. We got some fantastic Native American actors portraying like realistic, wholesome, not like cardboard cutouts or caricatures of these wholesome people just trying to work with and exist around this new world that comes crashing in around them. The movie has some spectacular fight sequences, very graphic, nice. Like for a movie like this, you wouldn't expect to see great special effects makeup with some really good gore, I would say, to like just like put it out there. But again, it's not the centerpiece. We've got a great rich story that's again brought to life by this spectacular group of actors, dealing with the British side and the American Indians and what the conflict between the two sides, the different tribes now getting involved. It's just a wonderful ride to witness, and there's no wonder why it had such a spectacular receivance when it was originally released, because this is like top tier like acting and directing. Camera work is fantastic in this. Like we have a what seems like a at the time would have been a big bulky sort of film camera moving into like this wildly choreographed fight sequences as people like whipping around and all that sort of thing. And sometimes the camera gets right in there and you have this like almost like early days shaky cam that becomes much more popular later on in the late 90s and into the 2000s. But dealing with such a very well done movie is just a feast to be witnessing. So at one point when Cora and Alice Munro are being escorted, they are attacked by the Hurons, but it is actually Hawkeye and his brother Uncas that comes to their rescue, and then they end up being their escorts to the nearby fort, arriving the day that the French siege begins, which was August 3rd of 1737, which happens 30 minutes into this 1 hour and 57-minute movie. And when it came to the Academy Awards for that particular season, it actually got a win for Best Sound. And on that note, we're going to wrap up this particular episode and look off into the future to see what we're going to be watching for tomorrow, which is the 4th of August, and that is going to be The Diary of Anne Frank from 1959. So until next time, go see a movie.